Dina.
All right, thanks a lot, Melissa. Well, you know, cash-strapped Americans are struggling to get through this recession financially. Joining me this morning is Margie Warrell, an author. Good morning.
Hi, Dana.
You just recently wrote a book called Find Your Courage, 12 Acts for Becoming Fearless at Work and Life. And this is great because a lot of people are talking to you about, hey, how can I get through this recession?
Yeah.
They have a fear of losing their job, a fear of the future, what's to come.
Yeah.
And you're even saying you didn't even write this book knowing about the recession.
No, I mean, I wrote this book because I see so many people living fearful lives, and that's without the whole economic collapse that we've had in the last few months. So yeah, and every day these days people are being bombarded with messages about why they should feel fearful.
Right.
And I think ultimately we have a choice about whether we live under this dark cloud of anxiety and we're just worried about the future and what it holds, or whether we choose to trust in ourselves, be optimistic, and know that whatever comes our way, we're going to handle it.
How do we handle it? I mean, anything, I mean, obviously you don't have the end-all answer, but, you know, some tips on what we can do.
Sure. Well, fear is a powerful emotion, but it doesn't have to overpower our lives. So I think getting clear about that we're always at choice. And I really see it to boil it down to 3 key steps. One, we have to name it. What is it that we're so afraid of?
Right.
And often people catastrophize and they come up with all these things that they're afraid of.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's really important. If we don't own our fears, they own us. So what is it that we're afraid of? Secondly, we need to tame it and not let that fear run our lives. We need to be at choice about how we're going to handle whatever the challenges we're facing, whether it's potential job loss or we're out of a job. You know, what's the attitude we're going to bring to it? And finally, step through it. That is, feel the fear and do it anyway. And courage, you know, I wrote a book on courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's action in the presence of it. And the best antidote to fear is action. Don't let those fears keep you stuck on the couch worrying and biting your nails.
Move on with your life.
Just step forward. Focus on what you can do versus what you can't. Focus on what you want versus on what you don't want. So I really encourage people not to kind of let this all allow them to become a victim to the circumstances.
Yeah, definitely some good tips. You have a blog that people can follow too if they want to do that or get the book. What's the blog?
Findyourcourage.com.
That's easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and if you'd like to pick up her book, Find Your Courage, 12 Acts for Becoming Fearless, thanks so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
Some good tips
Thank
this
you.
morning. Stay with us. We'll be back after this.